It's Monday. It's Rad Room. It's 2 p.m. I'm Hannah Rad. We are posting who we got on the show today. And there you have it. Hello, hello, hello. Where in the world are you watching from today? I would love to know these things because I have too much time on my hands to know details about all of your lives. So give us a chat, give us a shout. If you've got a question, let me know. Real Tiller says they are joining from New York. I know New York is in a state of craziness right now. That used to be my home for about 15 years, but now I'm in LA and I'm connecting with people from around the world, including our very special guest who knows the importance of being prompt. And when you're on the radio, you kind of have to pay attention to times. Let's bring in our very special guest to this edition of Rad Room. It's a Monday, and we're doing it like we only know how, by welcoming Brittany Elyse into the Rad Room. Now hold on. I got music for you. Check this out. You are on the radio, but right now you are in the Rad Room. Thank you for joining me here today. I appreciate you greatly. You are obviously not on the radio at this very moment. Are you at home? What's happening?
I'm at home. I'm chilling. You know, I got a home little setup situation going on, jiggity rigging some stuff around up in here, but you know, making it happen, staying creative.
It's all good. And you know what? I've been reading a lot of stuff, and before I get into it though, you are on 104.5 The Beat out of Orlando, Florida, home of hip hop and R&B. But radio presenters are getting a lot of cred for, you know, sticking to it and keeping going. It's kind of like keep calm and carry on mentality. There's still art and music being created, and you guys are also doing a task and a job as well too, that you're like, well, we still have something to do. So talk to me about the home setup. I mean, I know it's a little different than what you're used to being in a studio.
It's a little jimmity rig, but you make it work. But I think one of the most things of what you said was so important is we're in Florida. So a lot of times when we have hurricanes or things like that, we still got to go. Like I can remember Irma, we were trapped in the studio for 3 days, pretty much. 3 of us, we did 24 hours front to back, but it's like, a lot of people are at home, but you still got to give them the essence of an outer world so they're not so trapped into what is actually happening, giving them an escape almost. So it's like, yeah, we're going to talk about the virus. We're going to talk about the hurricane, but we're also going to talk about these battles that are happening, the music that's dropping, the challenges. Like right now, social media is it's on fire. So it's like anything that you're looking at right now, if you're a creative, you just got to keep pushing all that out there because us on our side, we're talking about it.
Yeah, it's kind of a balance because, like you said, art and music and creativity continues to flourish, but at the same time, you're trying to provide this balance of like, yeah, we know shit's fucked up right now, but at the same time, we're providing some sort of an outlet, not only for ourselves and for the listeners, but for the people who are being creative as well, too. So what's it been like the past week or so? Are you connecting with artists who are still releasing stuff? What's the vibe?
I think right now, a lot of us are really into like, how can we as radio personalities fit into this world? Because we don't go live. Like this live for us, for me, it's like a regular day thing because I also do social media strategizing. But for somebody that's just a regular radio personality, they don't go live. A lot of stuff is voice tracked. A lot of stuff is pre-produced. So it's like, this is a new realm for a lot of people like me that you have to get adapted to. So it's like about creating stuff just like this of what you created, this platform, creating new platforms. When we come out of this is going to be the new wave. This is radio right now.
Yeah, 100%. And that's like the twist of it all. Like back in New York, I started in radio, then I transitioned to TV. And for years I was like, I'm not doing a YouTube series. I'm not an influencer. I'm not going on IG Live. And then like all of a sudden, it's like, what are we left with? Well, you have your house, you have a camera, you have a phone. Boom, that's it. And it's back to like what it once was, it could have been, should have been. But at the same time, things are still being produced and created, which is amazing. I want to talk about
I started in doing interviews. So when me and my best friend got to Florida, we were interviewing Joey Badass, we were interviewing T Grizzly, Dave East, and we weren't affiliated to a radio station. We literally had a camera, come set up at the concert. Can I interview you? Yes or no? Do it really like avant-garde, like off the wall stuff. And then that's what put us in the position. So now we're in that place where we're like, let's get back to doing that because we didn't have to think about it. It was easy. And what better way? We have so many platforms. Like now, you probably should put this on Quibi.
I mean, Quibi, I know you just launched today, but I'm here. I'm here. Co-signed by Brittany Elyse. Give me that 10-minute bite of a little quib that we got going on. But I want to talk because you actually produced and created some really unique content recently with St. John. You had an interview with him and you talked about stripper culture, but then you positioned it into this video and it's animated and how did that all come together? Talk to me about that.
So it was real interesting because when I got the interview, I had a video man set up, I had a cameraman, like we come in with everybody. We got to get this on content. This is content. You can do it so many ways. Yeah. And then 10 minutes for the interview, manager says, so we're not going to do any cameras today? I was like, what do you mean? We're not, all my people are here. Yeah. I need a picture at least, bro.
Yeah, picture everything happening.
Right. So we did the interview and I was just like, oh, all right, well, I still got to use this content some way. So we aired it on air. And then as all this started happening, I've been wanting to do more stuff with animation, but I was like, you know what? It's go time. What else am I doing but sitting at home? So I reached out to a good friend of mine that had drew me for randomly just drew me. Mm-hmm. Perfect picture. I said, do you know how to do animation? He said, not really, but we could figure it out. Perfect. Yeah. Come on.
I love that. We'll figure it out.
Figure it out. Like, and when I gave him directions, he said, well, give me direction. And I said to him, I want you to do what you do because that's why I came to you. Yeah. So just do what you think is great. Send it to me. And if I love it, we'll run it. If I don't, we'll revisit. I loved it. So I just put it out. But one of the things I'm going to start is doing an animated series. So every Friday out of my interviews, I'm going to pick one of those cool things we talked about and then have him put it in picture format. And that stripper conversation was just classic.
I mean, it worked out so perfectly, yeah. So where can people find that? It's on your IGTV, right?
It's on my IGTV. And then I just started a YouTube today where I'm going to start putting more of my interviews. I have tons of content. I just never had the time to put it up with everything that I got going on. It's like, put it up.
That's why you gotta take certain aspects of this as a blessing. Like I didn't have the time before, but now it's like I have too much time on my hands and might as well put that to good use.
90 days later, if you don't look good,
yeah.
Like, you ain't got no abs,
yeah.
You got no content, I don't know what you
Girl, don't tell me about no abs. I'm like popping off over here. I don't know, I'm getting like fitter by the second. I don't know if it's stress or if it's just like eating all the shitty food. It's just like cleaning everything else out of my system.
Believe it or not, I learned how to cook. In the last week.
You know?
I've made oxtail, I've made a burger, I've made spaghetti, and before all of this, my Uber Eats bill was $600 a month. All
right, well, I just want to give a shout out to the postal system because it's still in operation. I'll take that oxtail. I'm still receiving packages. You can send me some.
Listen, I'm gonna Uber eat you some oxtail from Orlando. Woo. I got you.
I like it. Well, listen, let's talk music real quick because, like I said, 104.5 The Beat, home of hip hop and R&B in Orlando, Florida. A lot of artists still continuing to put out music, stick with original release dates, regardless of what's been happening here. What have you heard? What have you listened to that's really caught your attention? And who do you think is doing something dope right now?
Two right now. Okay, so that Tootsie Slide, I don't care what nobody says. That joint is so hard. And I'm gonna be honest with people. I was not always a Drake fan.
Yeah.
I didn't become a Drake fan till Views. Views is what.
Oh, you went like deep, like far into the career. Sheesh.
Views was the one that got me. But that Tootsie Slide, I be in here like this and sliding with my socks. And then Rod Wave. And the funny thing about Rod Wave is really big here in Florida. And I know he's starting to create a little influence up in the Northeast. Nice. But like he came and we interviewed him and he looks like this big guy rapper, but then when he talks to you, he's like a huge teddy bear. And then I asked him, I said, who do you listen to in your headphones? And he goes, John Mayer in The Script. I was like, who are you?
Like, who are you?
Who are you? But he's the coolest guy ever. He just put out a project. Song Pray for Love is definitely a hot item. Even here in Orlando, we have some great local artists. I know one of my business partners, MK, she's a DJ. You actually met her at Revolt. That's how we connected.
Yeah.
She just put out her first track called MK Freestyle with Tony Boy. That's definitely moving in the city right now. So it's just a lot of great, like, if you were an artist right now and you are one of those people that has like 100 songs in the arsenal, you need to just run it. Just run it.
Blast them out. Yeah.
Blast it out. SoundCloud is even popping again.
Yeah, it's back. So somehow all of a sudden, like coronavirus 2020 turned us into like 2009 SoundCloud era. We're back on radio. We're back on SoundCloud again. People are blogging. I was like, this is like a whole new world that we're in.
It's funny that you say that because when I was telling you, me and my friend MK, when we came down here, we started doing the interviews. We built a blog from scratch. None of us knew what we were doing. We were just doing stuff. WordPress, how do we figure this out? I'm a techie. Okay. Well, we decided we're opening back up WordPress. We're going to start blogging again. We're going to start doing more videos, more interviews, more stuff like this, because it's super dope. It's cool. And once again, what else do we got to do?
I know. Now is the time to keep creative and keep pressing on. I want to thank you so much for joining me today and giving you insight from the radio perspective as well, too. Ladies and gentlemen, Brittany Elyse from Orlando's 104.5 The Beat. Go check her out on the radio and also go on her IG Live. Check out that St. John Stripper animation tell because it is too damn good. Thank you so much, love. Thank you to Brittany Elyse for joining me on this episode of A Rad Room. Now, tomorrow on the show, we're taking it back to New York, and I'm bringing in a pair of twins. Coco and Breezy are joining me on the show. Coco and Breezy, they have their own luxury eyewear collection. They're entrepreneurs, they're DJs, they're badass, and they look flyer than I could ever hope to be in my life. They're joining me here at 2 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. In the meantime, listen to Rod Wave. Listen to Brittany Elyse.